guys. Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Looking at the first of its kind, a mega earthquake warning. I'll tell you guys what I've learned here just in the last few hours, but it comes on the heels of the solar flux number eclipsing 300 for the first time in solar cycle 25. As we know, the sun can influence earthquake activity on Earth. And here's a little bit of information about that phenomenon. Can a CME cause an earthquake? It is not excluded that a few strong CME events can influence the triggering of an earthquake. So we'll come back and take a look at where and when this could possibly occur here in just a moment. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Lampthe out of Stockton, California. Notice the triangle right there in the middle of the sky. That was a really cool observation coming out of Stockton, California. Looking at the sun right now as I do this video, there's an X-class solar flare in progress. More than likely, that solar flare is Earth-directed. You can see the ionosphere absorbing the energy almost instantly. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, here's what's happening. The Earth-facing side of the sun is absolutely loaded with sunspots and active regions, and they just keep on coming. Over here on the eastern limb of the sun, you can see yet another very large sunspot turning towards the Earth right now as I do this video. Looking at the Schuman Resonance, the last 24 hours have been fairly quiet, but we've seen some large spikes above 40 megahertz in the last 72 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of earthquake activity around the caldera. Still have about 3 graphs over here on the western side of the caldera that are MIA. Haven't seen them over there for a couple of weeks. Seeing some magma intrusion today around the supervolcano caldera, so a little bit of activity, but nothing major going on at the supervolcano caldera. Coming over here to poweroutage.us, you can see all the colors: orange, yellow, red being the most. Ohio still looking at 253,000 customers today without electricity, 12,000 in Virginia, 84,000 customers without power in North Carolina, and 10,000 customers in Texas without power. I would say the majority of these are weather related. Looking at the wildfire situation, you can see it's still very intense out here in the western United States, and you can see the wildfire smoke over here at zoom.earth, not only in the United States, but up in Canada as well. Our friends north of the border are dealing with wildfires and wildfire smoke. You can see wildfires in the Texas Panhandle, north of Abilene, in Oklahoma, especially in Northern California. I have a video to share with you guys out of northern Arizona that was sent in by Randall Page from the 7th, and this is a wildfire in northern Arizona, north of Kingman. This is what he shared with me just a few hours ago.
This is the element fire. I'm sure you got more videos, but it just crested over. That's intense, my guy. The fire's been going on since like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. It's like 9:19, almost 9:20 right now.
Again, that's out of northern Arizona, possibly started by monsoon lightning. Speaking of monsoon, I think this video is out of southern Arizona, sent in by Dylan. A very strong downpour, and you're going to see what looks like monsoon lightning over there on the left. Look at that. And monsoon lightning right here in the middle of the screen. Purple skies. That looks very similar to monsoon lightning, and the reason I say that is because Dylan didn't specify his exact location, but from looking at that sky, I would say that is somewhere in Arizona. Again, our friends up in Canada dealing with multiple wildfires. All of these red circles you see are wildfires in Canada. Looking at the earthquake situation, we talked about that at the beginning of the video. We have seen our first mega earthquake warning, I think, ever from an official agency over in Japan. Just a few hours ago, there was a 7.1 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Japan, down in southern Japan. You can see here recently, within the last hour, there was a 5.4 coming in at right around 10 miles deep. This earthquake here, the 7.1, was around 12 miles deep. And right after the 7.1 earthquake, within just a few hours, the JMA, the Japan Meteorological Agency, issued its first ever Nankai Trough Megaquake Alert. After the M7.1 earthquake hit southern Japan on August 8th, Japan issued an alert for the Nankai Trough Megaquake, which could potentially cause hundreds of thousands of casualties. And you can see this man here explaining the situation over in Japan. I put a couple of icons over here on Google Earth just to show what is going on. This is where the earthquake occurred a few hours ago. This is where the Nankai Trough is at. And the concern is the movement right here of this trough in central Japan. Let me read a little bit of the article. On August 8th at around 4:43 p.m., a magnitude 7.1 earthquake was detected in southern Japan. In response, the JMA issued an alert on the same day warning about a possible large earthquake around the Nankai Trough. This alert, called the Nankai Trough Earthquake Extra Information, was issued for the first time since the system began back in May of 2019. At 5:30 p.m. the same day, the JMA convened to assess the risks of the Nankai Trough earthquake. The agency urged residents in areas likely to be affected to take appropriate safety measures based on their individual circumstances. A Nankai Trough megaquake refers to a potentially massive earthquake that could occur along the Nankai Trough, where the underlying fault system has historically caused catastrophic earthquakes. The Nankai Trough is a shallow ocean trench extending from the Tokai region to the Kaishu region along the Pacific coast. It's where the Philippine Sea Plate subducts beneath the continental plate on which the Japanese island sits. The boundary between these two plates has repeatedly slipped, causing megaquakes of M8.0 or greater historically. So this is a really big deal. Right here is the exact location they're talking about of the Nankai Trough, right here in this location that I've highlighted on Google Earth. Let me tilt this a little bit so you can get a little bit better view of the location. You can see centrally located in a very densely populated part of the world. So it goes without saying, if there were to be a megaquake in that area, that part of the world that is super densely populated, and it's known for big earthquakes anyway, it goes without saying what would possibly happen here along the coast of Japan. You can see all of these areas are just super densely populated. So this is a big deal, the first of its kind. They've never issued this type of alert. So for them to do something like that, first ever megaquake alert, they know something's up. So I would take that very seriously, as the Japanese are very intelligent people, quite possibly some of the most intelligent people on planet Earth. We'll finish up this video with a spectacular video out of Spartanburg, South Carolina by Cindy Jones from yesterday of a highly photogenic double-decker rainbow. What a cool view of the evening sky from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Thank you, Cindy. Really appreciate that. Thank you guys for the photos and the videos. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@MrMBB333.com. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.